guys, Creative Laura here. Welcome. I'm in my car. I'm kind of sitting sideways, all bundled up because it's kind of cold and the sun is going down, and I didn't bring my regular glasses, so I'm really close to my house. But I just wanted to get out here and just talk about, being frugal. I think it's super important right now. If you need to go to the food bank, go to the food bank. Because if you have been like doubting, should I go? Should I not go? Honestly, with what's going on in our world today and the tariffs, which I just heard on the news that even though Trump had put a hold on the tariffs for a month, the China one went through. So that is going to affect so many things like, well, gosh, car parts, vehicles, a lot of things, really. But if you are in need and you're struggling, like financially, there's nothing wrong with getting some assistance and going to the food bank. And when you do go, the great thing is sometimes you don't just get things that you can cook right then and there, fresh produce. And I think the majority of the food bank and pantries, honestly, they have more canned goods than anything. So you're going to get a stockpile, which could be very important in this day and age. And if you decide to go, so I think I'm going to put this video out sooner than later. If you decide to go, you're going to have 2 to 3 weeks of, because I would say it's, I think, the 8th today. You're going to have 2 to 3 weeks if you decide, hey, I'm going to go. I'm going to go the next available one. So you'll have all next week and the week after that. And I would even say it's not going to really affect, as much the week after, like the food banks, and they're going to have a surplus. Go and get yourself a little stockpile, because if you can't afford it, if you can't even afford groceries now, how are you going to afford to have a little stockpile? I didn't have one anymore. Like, everything I blew through because I was living on $25 a month for groceries for myself, and then $25 for my dad, and whatever extra money I had, I gave to him to use. And it's just a good idea, because now I have a stockpile. Now I have a stockpile of food. I have dry goods and I have canned. So, for instance, I have beans and rice again. I have canned goods, canned meat, canned vegetables, canned fruit. I have, trying to think what else. So dry goods, meaning like rice, pasta, and beans. I have all of that now, and I feel very comfortable, going. If I didn't get anything, I could probably, definitely survive for off of what I've been given, probably weeks to a month at least on just canned and things from the food bank, because I do rotate it and we do use it. We do use it. I still have my my seatbelt on. So I say go. If you need it, go. And, if you don't need what you got, give it to somebody else who could use it. We don't know what's going to happen. It's a great idea. And I don't blame Mexico and Canada for retaliating with like, okay, you're going to put tariffs on us, then we're going to have, we're going to charge you an extra 25% or whatever it is. I mean, I don't blame them. And so, unfortunately, we're the ones who have to pay for it, though, as a consumer. So it affects everything from car parts to steel, aluminum. I mean, the list goes on. Food, power. So, if you have a little barbecuer, start collecting fire starters, like keep your egg cartons. We do get eggs sometimes from the food bank, but it's kind of rare. So, but if you have egg cartons, which I do, I think I'm going to keep them. I was going to recycle them, but I'm going to keep them for fire starters. I'm going to keep that. We have like a little barbecue that we can use. I need to build a solar oven again, um, which is really easy, and I'll show you guys. But, you know, if you have a barbecue, that's one way you can make your coffee and all these things. Oh, that's another thing. We got coffee from the food bank, like a surplus of it. It's decaf, but actually I kind of prefer decaf now because caffeine just doesn't work well for me. But we got regular coffee too. And sometimes I feel like drinking that as well. Don't put it in the freezer though, because that just creates condensation. Just leave it and maybe put in an airtight container if anything, but the condensation will make it stale. So that is it for me. I'll talk a little bit more about this in a little bit, but it is getting dark. So I won't be able to see pretty soon. Even though these are not very darkened at all, I still want to get home before it gets dark. But I will see you all. We'll talk more about this because I think it's an important subject, and for you all to go and get some assistance, especially food that would ordinarily just be thrown away. All right, guys, I will see you all really soon. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And definitely share it with someone who you think may need to hear this. All right, bye, guys.